Forms is a fun feature in OT Wizard. If you go into the forms underneath evaluation, you can see all of the available forms that you may send directly from the portal. You can, normally when you see them, it'll just show you the first line. You'll just want to click the show more to be able to see them all. They're all color coded based on who they're for. For instance, the caregiver versions are generally this gold, but you can look through, it'll show you how many questions there are in the specific form. If you click to see more, then you can actually read more about what the form is for, the domains, the estimated time to complete each form. But anyway, the way that you do it is that, for instance, let's say we were going to send an executive functioning form and we wanted to send it. We have an older student, maybe in, I don't know, like middle school, and we're concerned about executive functioning. And it's really hard for us to be able to evaluate that through typical evaluation measures. So we're like, okay, let's go ahead and send a form not only to the parent, but also to the teacher and see how those areas are the same or different. Maybe you only send it to one of them, but you just go in and you click the one you want and you choose the student. So I think I have an older student. Yeah, I have Luke Skywalker. And then if you have added the information, like the parent's email inside the student's profile, when you click that, it will populate the email. So you can see I added it here, so it's populated. So if you know the recipient's name, maybe it's Mrs. Luke or something like that, you could put that in there, but you can go make sure you change the recipient role and you go ahead and you just click the form. Now for today, I'm going to send it to learningterms@gmail.com. I'm going to go ahead and send the form. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like on the other side. But you can see you have lots of forms. Now, what also is interesting is when you go down to the recent forms, you'll be able to see all the forms that you sent, the status. So this is completed, whatever. Pending means that they've opened it, but they haven't completed it. No, actually in progress may mean that they started it, but maybe did or did not complete it. Now, another perk of this that you can do is sometimes when you send an email to someone, they don't receive it. Maybe it goes to spam because it's coming from an outside source, or it's going to a teacher at a big school system and they are squeaky clean about what emails they let in. So what you can do there is you can just go right here and you can click to copy the URL, and then it'll copy it onto, and then you can open up, say, text, and you can send it through text, or if you want to open up your own email, then you can send it that way. But when you send it through the portal, it's going through the otwizard.com. So anyhow, that's how that works. If you just want to send a reminder, you can send that. But, if it went to spam the first time, it's probably going to go to spam the second time. So that's how that works. Let me show you what it looks like when you receive that link. Okay, so I received it through email, and this is what it looks like once I click it. So the recipient can change the information. So maybe they don't go by Mrs. Luke anymore, and they go by, something else. They can change that there. They can start the questionnaire, and then they will just go right through it and answer the questions as they need to. I'm not paying any attention to what I'm doing, but I just wanted to sort of show you the process. And yeah, so they'll go all the way through it like this. This one's a pretty long one, but what will happen then is when you go back into like I showed you before, when you go back into here, it'll show you that it was completed. I'm going to show you what happened. So it will give you like, the information about like how they rated each area, and then you'll be able to export a report for this one that will give you more information and kind of show you how they did. So you'll also be able to use your forms in the report wizard. So if you wanted to create a new report, and let's say that this probably won't show up correctly, but if you had done a a form with the parent and also the caregiver. And this is what it would look like. And I wanted to do it with Luke Skywalker, and I'm just going to do it just a 6 to make sure it grabs all of that. And see how it populates form questionnaire. I would be, especially if I had 2, I could click both of those. So one would be a parent and one would be a caregiver. Or maybe one was like the mother and one was the father, or whatever, however you send it out. And then I could go to configure report, and I could do the form questionnaire analysis just like that, and determine, is this for medical school, etc. And I could create that AI report to get a lot of good details about that particular form, or any amount of forms, actually. So that is forms. It's a lot of fun, and hope that you will try it soon. Bye.